name's Scott. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the multi-mod, which I received from a guy who's a regular poster on like the various sort of e-cig forums. He goes by the name of The Scott, not to be confused with myself, of course. Basically, he's now stocking these and selling them. So he hasn't got a website as yet, but it is in the pipeline. But you can contact him via this email address here for if you want to ask him any questions or obviously get one for yourself. So before I start, I must point out I did receive it free of charge for the purpose of conducting a review. My opinion on the product remains true, honest and accurate. As always, okay, let's go straight ahead and show it in a bit more detail. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. What the hell is this thing? Well, this is the actual bag that the multi-mod comes in. In case you haven't realised, the multi-mod is actually made in Thailand, and apparently in Thailand these sort of rather groovy bags are very popular. So inside you get the multi-mod. Just put that there. You get like a bag of sort of leads and various parts, and you get some sort of instructions as well. Now the instructions are actually sort of more to do with the charger side of it rather than treating it as an actual electronic cigarette, but nevertheless so probably worth a little read through. Okay, so the multi-mod is basically a modified sort of portable charging device type thing. So you have obviously various inputs here, and on the bottom you have a series of lights. So if you want to sort of test how much battery life the actual unit's got, you can press the test button and you should see some lights light up. And obviously at the moment it's fully charged. I've got 4 lights, but then as you're obviously during the course of the day you're vaping and that, one of these lights will go off like one at a time. So when you're down to 1, you know it's best to start charging it. On the side here you have a mini USB port, and this is what you would use for charging the actual internal battery. And it does take quite a while to charge it. It has got quite a large 2200 milliamp hour battery inside there. You've got your switch here, which is obviously a manual switch. Every time you want to vape, you just press and hold the button down and you get like a bit of a you can't probably see it too well at the moment, but it's like a blue light will light up. And next to that you have a USB out. Now this is so you can actually charge devices that you charge via USB. So for example, if you've got a phone, then you can charge it up via using this. And it doesn't charge all phones. Like I've had sort of mixed sort of results. My iPhone won't charge at all on it, even though the instructions do actually say it will charge an iPhone, but it won't charge my one. But it does charge like the slightly older sort of like Nokia models and that without any sort of problems. On the end here you have a 510 connection, and because it's sort of sticking out quite a bit, this allows it to actually be able to use with the various sort of like tank devices that are out now, like the Tornado tank or the Ego T tanks, which is the same thing. And also because it's a 510, you can obviously use it with like your Bogue 510 car atomizers, your standard and low resistance 510 atomizers, and your standard and low resistance 306 atomizers. Looks wise, it's not bad looking device. It's not the most flash looking thing in the world, but nevertheless it's quite a nice little device. Fits nice and comfortably in the hand as well. Okay, so that is the multi-mod. Let's go and see what it actually vapes like. Okay, so that is the multi-mod. So what I'll do now is I'll also show you what it vapes like. So I'm going to be using just a regular resistance, some Ego tank system atomizer and obviously tank cartridge. And I've just filled it up with some 18mg strength menthol flavoured e-liquid. As you see, it produces a very nice amount of vapour. Obviously, the amount of vapour that you are going to get out of it is going to be sort of dependent on what sort of atomizer you're using and what resistance you're using, as well as to a certain degree the e-liquid you're using as well. But what I can tell you is that it works great with the 510 atomizers, the low resistance 510 atomizers, the 306, the low resistance 306, and obviously like the Bogue atomizers. and there's also the like the standard and the low resistance tank atomizer. So all of them, to be quite honest, like vapor production between a lot of them, there's not a great deal of difference, but a slight difference there. But regardless, whatever atomizer you do use on it, it's producing a very nice amount of vapor. The excuse me. The throw hit on it, getting a really nice strong throw hit. I like to do a mouth inhale. We take the vapor into your mouth, breathe it down into your lungs, and give you that nice kick in the back of your throat. I'm using the 18mg strength e-liquid, and I personally find that the higher the nicotine content, like the stronger or the harsher the throw hit. But even with 18, regardless of what sort of atomizer I'm using, I'm getting out a really nice strong thump in the back of my throat. The battery life on it, is very good. I think it's as far as I can remember, I might get this wrong actually, it's a 2200 milliamp hour battery. And obviously it isn't an internal battery, so you don't have to sort of take anything out. And battery life has lasted me a very long time actually. It's, I'll say I'm getting probably about sort of 2.5, almost 3 days out of it, which is obviously very good. That's obviously on a fully charged battery. It does take quite a while to charge. I think it's about 3 hours to fully charge the battery from sort of dead till full. Actually, no, a little bit longer than 3 hours from dead till full. But nevertheless, you are getting a nice long vaping time out of it. So battery life is very good. Only obviously slight negative is that because it's a internal battery, you can't obviously take it out and put a new one in so you can carry on vaping. Well, that's actually a lie because you can carry on vaping because, but you will need to obviously have it plugged in via the USB, so you can charge it and vape it at the same time as long as you're plugged into the USB port. The switch performance on it, it works fine. It's quite a stiff little switch there, but sort of digs into your finger a little bit, but nothing sort of overly major. But it does work. You press the button and it fires up the atomizer. Obviously, there's no sort of main on-off switch at all, so there is that slight risk that you could go off in your pocket. But to be quite honest, it is quite stiff. It would take a fair amount of pressure against you for it to actually sort of activate, but nevertheless, so there is that sort of possibility there. But overall, the switch works absolutely perfectly. No, overall, it's a really nice little device. I'm not too sure what the actual sort of price is. I think it's around £50. Like, so he hasn't got a website, so I can't go along and actually sort of see what the latest price is. But I think they're around sort of the £50 mark. Well, it's not too bad. It's like, you're getting loads of nice long vapor times out of it. Obviously, you can charge it and vape it at the same time as well. You have got the USB out, so say if you're, for example, you're in the middle of nowhere and your mobile phone runs out of battery, and you can charge it up via the USB port there. Obviously, like I said, it doesn't seem to charge up all mobile phones. I know in the instructions it does say compatible with the iPhone, but it won't charge my iPhone whatsoever, but it does charge quite a few of my old sort of Nokia phones now. For example, like the Nokia N95, it charges that perfectly fine. It feels nice in your hand. Obviously, it has got that sort of that curved shape to it, so when it's in your hand, it feels really nice, really nice and comfortable, and it seems like a pretty solid unit as well, really. So overall, it's just a nice little device, really. So get on to the score then. For the looks, it's not Not too sure with him. Like, it's not ugly, but it's not exactly sort of flash looking either. So I'll give the looks a 7 out of 10. The vapor production, like I said, it is going to sort of depend on what e-liquid you're using, whether it's VG or PG, what atomizer you're using, whether it's a low resistance or a standard. But I'll give it the average score of 8 out of 10. For the throw hit, I'm getting a nice strong throw hit regardless of what sort of atomizer I'm using. So again, I'll give that another 8 out of 10. For the battery life is excellent, so I'll quite happily give that a 10 out of 10. You know, it's lasted me 2.5 days, I'll say that's very good. For the switch performance, no, the switch works absolutely perfectly, nothing wrong with it. Like I said, it is a little bit stiff, it does sort of dig into your thumb a little bit, and obviously there's no sort of main on-off switch there at all. So I'll give the switch a 7 out of 10. Overall though, you know, it's a very nice little compact device that could have a few uses for you, as well as obviously being an electronic cigarette. So if you do fancy getting yourself one, then you can't go along to the website because he hasn't built one as yet. But if you send an email to this email address here, just say you're interested in one or something, and then I'm sure they'll get straight back to you. And also, please come along and visit my website at www.e-cig-reviews.com. That's e-cig-reviews.com. Cheers guys, happy vaping. See you later.